Hey, how's everybody doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction here in beautiful Seminole, Florida. Yep, there is my home shop, and I have just finished up this beautiful 2014 Lexus F-Sport IS250. I see this car usually twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year, depending. I was with you yesterday just showing you how easily an engine bay can get dirty if not, taken care of periodically. And I had seen the engine bay 6 months ago, and it didn't quite need a cleaning, but it was getting there. So after 6 months, yeah, it was pretty much for sure. Plus, this owner, she was living out on IRB. Yep, that's Indian Rocks Beach, which is my home beach. Kind of now that I've moved from Largo to Seminole, kind of Archibald Park at Madeira Beach is my home beach now, where I will be playing volleyball later today. But anyway, regardless of all that, I'll use the correct terminology today. She wanted me to look over and see if I could do anything with the headlights. They are starting to get some moisture here in the tops. They've got obviously some sort of way for the water to get in. This does happen. This one was a little bit worse, but there was a huge gray line across here. And so I used a 3-step process that I have a video on. I believe it's called 3-step headlight cleaning. It's basically a liquid that melts away the surface of the plastic and gets rid of all that just yuck brown yellow haze, and then a restorer and then a sealant. So I did kind of a combination of things with those, but hand did them. They're very curvy. Be hard to get a machine on sandpaper, which would really be the way to go. But she just wanted, the quick job that I kind of always do. I add that in as a free service to my clients. And just thought I saw a little of my of my pace there, but it's not. Anyway, I left you yesterday with just a huge amount of sand, filth, debris. I mean, like weeds and plants practically growing in the engine bay. It was pretty funny. So go check that out. It's just going to be part 1 of this. This is going to be the part 2 after. But my plan this morning at 7 a.m. when I started to come out, and it's getting on noon right now, as I have finished doing a nice 1-step polish, all-in-one paint enhancement on this. Not a true 1-step, but paint enhancement. But I used Dallas Paint Correction Baby Flash. It leaves an acrylic sealant behind, which is one of the hallmarks of all of the all-in-ones. And try and get you some decent, not really sitting in the sun correctly. I parked this opposite side of the street here. Let's see what we can get for pretty good clarification there. The clarity on the paint is good. This car needs full paint. This needs a 2-step. It needs paint correction desperately. It's got a lot of rock chips. Some of these little dots on the trunk here. I, of course, had the lawn guy show up and do my neighbor's yard here, all right, next to mine, and the wind is blowing from the beach, which is over there, and then it is blowing eastward. So when the guy came and did the lawn, of course, all the debris came. I did quickly wipe it down, but he was out there with the blower and stuff for quite a while. So car came out nice, interior fully done. This is something I used Heaven for Leather by Angel Wax on all the leather. Did everything, pretty dialed in on getting the nitty-gritty on the vents, and of course the door jambs, and everything. She's got a lot of water spotting in here. I was able to remove some, but that's like a whole job within itself. Anyway, car's beautiful. I am ready to have it delivered back to her. And I just wanted to come in and go through my process. My whole point of this video is now. I'm rambling, sorry about that. Anyway, for an engine bay, I have 3 different ways to go about it as far as getting the water in the engine compartment. 1 is a hose, 2 is a pressure washer, 3 is an airless paint sprayer that I now own, but I'm having some technical difficulties with, so it wasn't available to me. The hose was fine. I turn it on a very wide mist, and I turn the pressure down even on the hose handle. And I don't want a lot of water, and neither should you if you're doing a project like this. So you kind of start up, trying to see here. Okay, here we are. It is bright out here. You know, you want to start up here. You want to I like to just wet everything down. You don't want a lot of water getting on this mat. You can see this rubberized mat, or at least I certainly hope you can. It's kind of a foam rubber. It's not connected, and you can then clean the inside of your engine bay. You are going to have a lot of drippage all downward. So start high and let everything drip out. I used Purple Power at 4:1. This is a degreaser. This will break down the grime. I actually, before I even hosed it, I'm going to backtrack. I used my little Chapin pump hand sprayer, I believe from Lowe's or from Home Depot. And I just started that as a basic dirt buster, even before I put the hose to it, just to get dirt encapsulated, emulsified, and ready to rinse away. So I rinsed it down. I came in with the Purple Power 4:1, which is a medium strength degreaser. You don't need anything super heavy unless maybe you had some grease leaks or something down here. You could go a little higher dilution or lower dilution ratio actually, and get in there with that. So I used an assortment of brushes. I've got some long-handled brushes that allow me to reach. There was a lot of splatter. She must have like gone through mud when it was you know, rainy, and it kicked up a lot of water. We had some really high rains, as a lot of the country has this time of year. And anyway, there was a lot going on with this whole rubberized mat. I took a brush to that with the Purple Power and lightly misted it clean. I also used my X-Power heated filtered blower. It's known as a motorcycle blower. It's a 2-speed. Heat is on all the time, filter is on all the time, and I just went in and blew all of the deep stuff off, right? So then I started up the car and allowed it to run for about 4 minutes. That just lets everything that's going to sling or anything, you know, you've got fan belts and things like that, you've got to take under consideration. So you give it a little time, warms up the motor, helps to dry things. I came